You're focusing on the wrong lead type. If you're a real estate agent and you do not have a consistent six-figure business year in and year out, it's because you are listening to the wrong traditional advice out there that you hear from broker of records and experienced real estate agents that used to do it in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Well, guess what? Things have changed. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 different lead types and where I suggest you spend most of your time and where top producers spend most of the time to ultimately get the results that they're out to achieve and create six-figure businesses and beyond. If you're struggling in your business and you're not where you'd like to be, stick with me as I talk about these 3 different lead types so you can shift where you're spending your time and break free of the struggle that you're feeling right now in your real estate business. Without further ado, let's dive into these 3 different lead types. Okay, so there's only ultimately 3 different types of leads. What I'm going to explain in this video is the 3 different types. I'm going to distill them down so you know where to spend the majority of your time. My guess is you're spending it in column 1. Without further ado, let's talk about that. What is column 1? Column 1 is cold leads. What are cold leads? Cold leads are people that don't know you. They have no idea who you are. They've never heard about you, and you're creating an awareness around yourself. You're introducing yourself. Maybe you're cold calling, door knocking, open houses, people that don't know you yet. They don't know your value. They don't know how you show up. They don't know your integrity. They know nothing about you. This is where the majority of the time real estate agents spend their time. This is like pushing a boulder up a mountain. It takes a tremendous amount of effort and time and energy to get somebody to like you, know you, and trust you. Real estate agents have inconsistent business because they're spending all their time with cold outreach or cold traffic or leads, and it ultimately doesn't lead to sales till maybe potentially years later. Is it important to spend some of your time in this type of lead, the cold leads? Yes, but this is where when you get into real estate agent, and it was for me too, is like when I asked my broker of record, when I asked the office manager, when I asked experienced realtors, guess what they said? Spend your time doing cold outreach. Basically, I spent 2 hours a day cold calling. It was complete BS. It was made up. It didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel like myself. It didn't feel like I was providing any value. I was interrupting somebody's life that actually didn't want to talk to me. And I did that day in and day out for months. It ultimately led for me personally down the road. I did feel like I was burnt out. I felt like I didn't want to do it anymore. It wasn't in alignment with me and I was pushing my way. But every time I would go and ask another real estate agent, hey, what do you do to generate leads? They would say the same thing. Oh, do you open houses for somebody else? Cold call or door knock or join community groups. And it's like, oh my gosh. And I did all this stuff and I felt like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But here's the thing. Real estate agents will spend all their time doing this and they wonder why they don't have a consistent business. They're always spending their time interrupting somebody that doesn't ultimately really like to talk to you. And yes, it's all about relationships and putting yourself out there and making yourself known and noticed and stuff like that. But that doesn't have to be the majority of your business. Even if you are a new agent, there are other ways to optimize this so you can get leads coming in very quickly and build a consistent 6-figure business extremely fast. Now, what is the second type of lead? The second type of lead is a warm lead. And you're gonna say, Nick, what is a warm lead? A warm lead is somebody that already knows you, likes you, trusts you, knows you're in the business now. Maybe it's a family member, a brother, sister, parent, uncle, aunt, a friend, a good friends. I'm sure you have 5 good friends, 10 good friends. You can make them aware. You can incentivize these people to ultimately share your information when they hear that somebody would like to buy, sell, or invest. That's really powerful because you already have your foot in the door. That's what happens when somebody recommends you. It takes the guard down because they already trust you. It came from a trusted source. It's already in the door. You don't even have to sell yourself. You don't even have to say that much. And they're already willing to work with you. That is the power in having warm leads. And there are methods and ways to do this. And I talk about it in the channel and other videos. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this, search the channel and you will find how to get warm leads and other strategies that I talk about to do that, even if you're a new agent, okay? This is ultimately where we would like to spend some of our time too. And what we can do with this is we can write down as many warm leads as we know. Like I said, your friends, your family, whatever it may be, but I like to call it your dream team 15, and just focus on them. And then what you do, you incentivize them. So when they do share your information, you provide them value in return, or you provide them value up front so they continuously know who you are. This is basically the nurturing process. And I'm just gonna put a bracket around these two, because these two, I suggest personally to spend 80% of your time in these two methods here. And you can create a system around this where you're giving value, we're incentivizing people, where they remember you, where you're nurturing people. It's extremely powerful. Okay? And as people get to know you up here, you're spending some of your time, 20% of your time up there, guess what? They can go into the warm leads and you can put them on a system to talk to them, to call them, text them, to email, whatever their form of communication is, they can work their way into the warm leads. However, these are the ones that are actually gonna really move the needle for you right now, today. Even if you're watching this video, if you focus on these two types of leads, this is where the magic really happens. You might say, hey, I'm new in the business, okay, so I don't know that many people. It doesn't take that many people, okay? If you focus on them, if you provide value, if you make an irresistible offer, they will remember you because you're a value-driven real estate agent. If you would really like to differentiate yourself in a real estate career, the mindset, personally, what I think about how to differentiate yourself is be a value-driven real estate agent. What does that mean? Have value-driven marketing. Give. And guess what? Then give. Continue to give to the marketplace. Continue to give to your warm leads. And guess what? This is gonna lead me into number 3, hot leads. What are hot leads? Hot leads are people that have already worked with you, people that know your integrity, they know how you show up, they know how you communicate, they know you can deliver on your promises. These are the highest likelihood to use you again. And what they can do is they can write you a review that leads to more warm leads that come into your life. So when you're cycling through these two, this is extremely powerful. And what we can do here, we create a system. These are value-driven systems. Value-driven system. Okay, you focus on these two. You have warm leads now, okay? That already know you, like you, trust you. You have hot leads, lowest hanging fruit possible, that know you, like you, trust you. The majority of the agents drop the ball. Once they work the cold traffic, work it. They get a sale, and guess what? What happens? They forget about the person. They don't follow up with the person, or they don't follow up with the person enough. They forget to continue to provide value to that person. But here's a thought, here's a metric to consider with all of this, okay? That I believe most real estate agents don't consider. This is a metric. It's called your LTV. You're gonna say, Nick, what is your LTV? Let me just write it up here. Your LTV is your lifetime value of a client. From what I understand and what I know, every 7 years somebody buys, sells, invests, whatever it is. In this for the long term, 20, 30 years, guess what? Maybe even 35 years. That could possibly be 7 transactions. And depending on what your house sales average price is, I know ours is around here, is around $650, what leads to about $16,000. Times that by 6 or 7, whatever it may be, okay, with that cycle. Even times it by 5, 6 times 5, you know, that's a lot of income coming in. 16,000 times 5 is what? $80,000. So the lifetime value potentially of a client is $80,000. Most agents will drop the ball here. This is a compounding effect, okay? So one leads to the other, So it's like this can lead to here, which will lead to here. But top agents, once they get the ball rolling, once they're really moving the needle, things are happening. Guess what? They are focusing all their time here. 80% of their time is focused there. They have systems around their warm leads. They have systems around their hot leads. They continue to give so much value that when they think about selling, or they think about referring, or they think about you, they mention your name, or they work with you again. And here's a stat for you. 4 out of every 5 client that has worked with you goes and works with another real estate agent in the next transaction. So 80% go work with somebody else. Why? Because you haven't given enough value on the back end. You haven't considered the lifetime value of somebody. So when you think about this and you start getting the ball rolling, well, if everybody is potentially, say you do 10 deals in a year and everybody potentially is worth $80,000, that's $800,000 in your lifetime career with those 10 clients. Think about when you start to compound this year after year after year after year year after year, 5, 6, 7, 10 years in. Think about the compound effect of this. This is why it's so important to be creating systems around your warm leads, people that will refer you, and your repeat leads, okay? Having systems around there so they continue to work with you. It's the easiest sale. You don't have to sell yourself anymore. You don't have to introduce yourself. You don't have to get them to like you. You've already done all the heavy lifting. And again, I'm gonna mention it again. The majority of agents that do not have consistency in their business, they spend all their time here chasing. Doing things that are not in alignment with who they are as a person. One thing that works for me might not work for you, okay? That's just the reality. I'm a different person than you. You're a different human being. You have different needs. You have different values. You have different beliefs. So you have to find out the things that are in alignment with you so you can consistently do it over a period of time will equal the result that you're out to achieve. That's the thing, is people are listening to other people. They go and do it, and I don't like the cold calling, I don't like the door knocking, and I don't postcards consistently, I don't want to go do open houses consistently, whatever it is for you, they don't stick with it. And then they change it up and they do this and they do that. They wonder why they don't get a result, because it's just like a train starting to move. You don't just start the train, all the momentum, the time, the effort, the hours that you put in, and then stop. You gotta keep the train moving, because then it just gets easier and easier and easier and easier over time. And it's a snowball going down the mountain now that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So what I highly suggest, if you're new in the business, or if you're in the business of real estate here and you're not getting consistent results, or you're getting consistent results, you want to take this to the next level. Maybe you don't have systems around these two. Implement systems around this to be the most value-driven real estate agent in your market, and it will pay dividends for you for years to come. This is super simple to do this too. Continue to provide value and be top of mind for these people. And again, what I would suggest is like 80%, 20% here. To generate cold leads, you can spend 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day doing something that's in alignment with you to continue to do this. And I talk about this in other videos in this channel about offline, online, automate the online, and then the offline, boots on the ground, actually getting in front of people. It's transformative. And I promise you, when you implement this and you understand these lead types, this is what's really going to move the needle for you in your business. This is really what's going to produce the results for you. If you like this video, if this was helpful for you, subscribe to the channel. It incentivizes me to continue to shoot videos for this, so ultimately you can have the real estate career that you got into in the first place to have. If you're struggling with this business, I get it. I've been there. I've been burnt out. I'm wondering if I made the wrong career change, because this was a second career for me as well. But ultimately, when I took a step back and I started to look at this business and really started to study top producers and work with top producers and see what they were doing, this is what they're doing. And let me just write this down quickly. 80% your time, 20% time. You still got to do this. It's a bit of introducing yourself to new people, can be challenging for people. Some people like it. Depends on your personality. Regardless, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about this and learn about some of the lead tactics around this that you can do to implement into your business, make your life simpler, watch this video here. I share more lead types and what to do to ultimately shift your business and get to the business that you ultimately would like to have in real estate. I'm Nick Doherty, and it's been a pleasure sharing this video with you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.